The hushed whispers echoed through the labyrinthine corridors of power in Taipei. A clandestine operation, audacious in its conception, was taking shape. Taiwan, the island nation long under the shadow of its colossal neighbor, was preparing a secret revenge, a calculated retaliation against China's relentless aggression. This was not mere defense. It was a daring strike at the heart of the dragon. For decades, Taiwan has lived with the specter of a Chinese invasion, a threat that has loomed large over its existence. Beijing's increasing assertiveness, its military exercises simulating an invasion, and its uncompromising rhetoric have pushed Taiwan to the brink. The island nation, known for its vibrant democracy and technological prowess, found itself at a crossroads. This time, it wasn't just about safeguarding its sovereignty, it was about sending an unequivocal message. Taiwan would no longer be a silent spectator to China's intimidation tactics. The time for strategic patience was over.
The Taiwan Strait, a narrow stretch of water separating mainland China from the island of Taiwan, has become a focal point of global anxiety. It is a maritime fault line where the tectonic plates of history, ideology, and national ambition collide. The roots of the conflict run deep, entangled in the tumultuous history of the Chinese Civil War. In 1949, following a bitter defeat by Mao Zedong's communist forces, the remnants of the nationalist government fled to Taiwan, establishing a rival government. Beijing has never renounced the use of force to reunify with Taiwan, considering it a renegade province. Taiwan, however, has charted its own course, evolving into a thriving democracy and a technological powerhouse. This fundamental difference in identity and governance lies at the heart of the conflict. The Taiwan issue is not just a regional dispute, it has global ramifications.
China's shadow hangs heavy over Taiwan. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, under the direction of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has undergone a dramatic modernization program. Its growing military might, particularly its naval and missile capabilities, is increasingly focused on Taiwan. The PLA's exercises in the Taiwan Strait have become more frequent and more menacing, simulating air and sea assaults on the island. These drills are not mere saber-rattling. They are a calculated demonstration of China's growing military prowess and its resolve to use force if necessary. Beyond the military muscle flexing, Beijing has also intensified its diplomatic and economic pressure on Taiwan. Taiwan's very existence as a free and democratic society is under threat.
In the face of China's relentless pressure, Taiwan has embarked on a bold and risky plan, a secret operation known as the Phoenix Protocol. Named after the mythical bird that rises from its ashes, the protocol represents Taiwan's determination to fight back, to inflict a heavy cost on China, should it choose the path of aggression. The Phoenix Protocol is a multifaceted strategy, encompassing military deterrence, international diplomacy, and economic resilience. At its core is the modernization of Taiwan's armed forces, transforming them into a lethal, agile, and highly mobile fighting force capable of asymmetric warfare. Taiwan understands that it cannot match China's military might in a conventional conflict. Therefore, it is focusing on asymmetric capabilities, including anti-ship missiles, mobile coastal defenses, and cyber warfare units designed to exploit vulnerabilities in China's military networks.
A particularly audacious aspect of the Phoenix Protocol involves targeting assets that are critical to the Chinese Communist Party's grip on power and its economic ambitions. This includes strategic infrastructure, such as ports, air bases, and command and control centers, as well as assets that are crucial to China's economic lifeline. Taiwan's military planners recognize that striking at these high-value targets, even if only temporarily disabling them, could have a disproportionate impact on China's ability to wage war and maintain its economic stability. Such strikes would send a powerful message to Beijing, demonstrating Taiwan's resolve and its ability to inflict significant pain. It is a calculated gamble, a high-stakes game of deterrence that could either prevent a war or ignite a conflagration.
China's response to the Phoenix Protocol, should it become aware of its existence, is likely to be swift and furious. Beijing has repeatedly warned against any moves towards Taiwanese independence, and has vowed to use all necessary means to prevent it. The discovery of a Taiwanese plan to strike at the heart of China's power structure would be viewed as a grave provocation, potentially crossing a red line for Beijing. China's response could range from intensified military exercises and economic sanctions to cyber attacks and even a limited military strike. The Chinese leadership faces a dilemma. On the one hand, it cannot afford to appear weak or indecisive in the face of what it perceives as a direct challenge to its authority. On the other hand, an overreaction could backfire, galvanizing international support for Taiwan and pushing the region closer to war.
The escalating tensions in the Taiwan Strait have sent ripples of anxiety across the globe. The specter of a conflict between China and Taiwan, two major economic powers, has raised fears of a global economic crisis. The disruption to supply chains, particularly in the semiconductor industry where Taiwan plays a critical role, could have far-reaching consequences. The international community is acutely aware of the risks involved. The United States, while maintaining a policy of strategic ambiguity regarding its commitment to defend Taiwan, has made it clear that it opposes any unilateral changes to the status quo. Japan, South Korea, and other regional powers are also watching the situation closely, concerned about the potential for conflict to spill over into their own backyards. Diplomatic efforts are underway to de-escalate tensions and find a peaceful path forward. In this high-stakes game of geopolitical poker, both China and Taiwan are seeking to strengthen their hands by rallying allies to their side. China has been aggressively courting countries, particularly in the developing world, through its economic might and diplomatic outreach. Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure project spanning continents, is seen by some as a tool to expand its influence and create economic dependencies that could translate into political support. China has also been strengthening its military ties with countries like Russia and Pakistan, signaling its growing global ambitions. Taiwan, on the other hand, is relying on its democratic credentials and its strategic importance to garner international support. The United States remains Taiwan's most important informal ally, providing it with arms sales and political backing. Japan, Australia, and other countries that share democratic values and concerns about China's growing assertiveness are also increasing their engagement with Taiwan. The struggle for influence extends to cyberspace, where both sides are vying for control of the information battlefield.
For the people of Taiwan, living under the constant threat of Chinese aggression has become a way of life. They have grown accustomed to the saber rattling, the military exercises, and the bellicose rhetoric emanating from Beijing. Yet beneath the surface of normalcy lies a deep well of anxiety and a steely determination to defend their way of life. Taiwanese society is deeply divided on the issue of independence. While some advocate for a formal declaration of independence, a move that could trigger a military response from China, others favor maintaining the status quo, hoping for a peaceful resolution. Despite the ever-present threat, life in Taiwan goes on. The island nation boasts a vibrant democracy, a thriving economy, and a rich cultural heritage. The people of Taiwan cherish their freedoms and are willing to fight to protect them.
The escalating tensions in the Taiwan Strait are not an isolated incident. They are a symptom of a larger geopolitical shift that is underway. The rise of China, with its growing economic and military might, is challenging the established world order. The United States, once the undisputed hegemon, is facing a more assertive and capable China that is no longer content with playing second fiddle. The rules-based international order, established in the aftermath of World War II, is under strain as China seeks to reshape it in its own image. The world is at a crossroads. The outcome of the Taiwan crisis could very well determine the contours of this new order and the future of the Asia-Pacific region. The stakes are high, and the world watches with bated breath as the drama unfolds.
The world stands at the precipice of a new era, one defined by uncertainty, volatility, and the specter of great power conflict. The Taiwan Strait, once a regional flashpoint, has become the epicenter of a global power struggle. The choices made in the coming days, weeks, and months will have far-reaching consequences, shaping the destiny of nations and the future of the international order. The hour of decision is upon us. The world must decide whether it will stand by and watch as a vibrant democracy is threatened by an authoritarian power, or whether it will rise to the challenge, defending the principles of freedom, self-determination, and the rule of law. The people of Taiwan look to the world for support. They seek not charity, but solidarity. The fate of Taiwan and perhaps the world hangs in the balance.